hate your impression. It's very, very
I'm not even properly
very
going
menacing.
for it. That's how it should sound. I like baby's aisles. Baby aisle. That's what I meant. Don't know when I'm going to put it out. Once I've got it done, I guess.
Well,
probably get there first. And
yeah,
then...
get to that point, then maybe think about putting it out maybe a day or two after.
Yeah.
You know?
And then I'll just like sit next to the phone and wait for Charlie Sloth to give me a call.
Man, that'd be crazy.
I've been overthinking it well too much because I was like, that RS guy got on there.
He did, yeah. So that's literally what I thought straight away. I went, I said that would be mental because I was like, it is in the realms of possibility.
Yeah.
If you started putting out a lot of rap, could happen.
I'd be fully fucked though. Like if he went, oh yeah, come through, I'd be like, I've got no bars. Like I've got
You've
nothing.
got no bars.
I'm like, I've made these 2 shit songs that took me fucking ages. I can do those for you if you want.
Yeah, but you are pretty good at writing bars.
It just takes me ages.
Yeah, because it's not your main thing.
Yeah.
Whereas if you spent like every day doing it.
If I'd done it every day since I was 15, I'd be a god by now.
That's it.
But at 33, I don't really want to put too much effort into it.
Do you feel a bit weird?
Yeah, no one wants to hear a grown man start rapping. Like, you're supposed to make all your shit stuff and all your mistakes when you're a kid and everyone can forget about it.
Yeah.
Whereas I feel like at my age, like, everyone's just ready to judge. Like, it has to come out good. Or they're going to be like, what are you doing?
There's plenty of old rappers who start old.
Is there?
Maybe not start old, but get famous old.
Oh, yeah, definitely. But that's, I think that's the same
like...
for most people in that situation. Like, as in, like, comedians and stuff. But there's usually, like, 10 years of work.
Yeah, but nobody listens to the 10 years. They just listen to the one that made them big.
Yeah.
So.
But in 10 years, I'll be 43. Which is fine, like, if you're Eminem. And you've been doing it since forever.
Oh, yeah.
Because you kind of age with it and your audience grows with you. At 43, like, if I have the same level of length of career as Eminem, my fans are going to die quick. Like,
I don't think you're going to be Eminem.
I already think I am.
I think that's a little reality check. I mean, you rap like him. You're almost as good as him, but, you know.
Not even close. They are well fun to write, though. Like, because it works out, it works to be like a little puzzle, doing it. Because like you have to get all the syllables to write, match up, and get all the flow and stuff, and find the rhyming words. Try and make little punchlines. If it does become like a little puzzle trying to fit it all in.
I'd be terrible at that. I'm so bad at English.
So am I.
You're clearly not. You're definitely not, because like puns and stuff, the way your brain thinks about words
It doesn't make me good at English.
But it does.
I just like words.
Sorry, English is obviously a very... I'm just meaning like reading, writing, rhyming, the whole lot I'm terrible at.
Yeah.
Really bad at.
That surprises me.
He has to read through my fucking Too Fat Cunt reviews.
What does he do to him? Like spell check him and that?
Yeah.
Grammar checking and...
Yeah. Because he's a fucking nerd. He's such a nerd when it comes to that stuff. I really fucking despise people that do that. Not that, like when he's doing that, I do actually ask him to do that. Like I want him to read through things just in case I have like misspoke. Because the worst thing for me is that I don't think I'm not gonna say I've got dyslexia, but I probably have. My whole family's got it, literally. Every single member except my mum. So it's probably likely I've got it. But the worst thing for me is that, especially on a phone, if something autocorrects, and then even if I read it through, if it's a very similar word, my brain just skips it and just thinks it's the right word.
Yeah, yeah.
And then Dan will read it through and be like, that doesn't even make sense. And I'm like, what?
That's probably less about you, though, because there's the thing that as long as the first and the last letter are right, and most of the letters in the middle are right, they don't have to be in the right order.
Yeah.
And you can still make it out as your word. And because you wrote it the first time, you know what you're expecting to read.
Yeah.
Whereas when Dan reads it, he has no idea what word's coming up next.
Exactly.
So it's super easy for someone else to check it.
Yeah. But I do that like all the time. Like all the fucking time. But yeah, I fucking despise people that tell you you've spelt something wrong, but for like no real reason. Like obviously, if I was like printing a book, and then I asked them to read it, and then they read it and said, "Oh, you spelled this wrong." I'd be like, "Yeah, that's fine."
That's the same as the Dan situation. That's like a service that you want.
I'm just repeating myself here. But what I fucking hate is that when you're just like having a conversation on like Instagram,
Mm.
and someone's like, I think you spelled that word wrong. And I'm just like, fuck off.
Yeah, who gives a shit?
I've had people do that, and it's just the worst.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just shut up.
I know what you mean.
Or people that, even worse, when they go, that's not how you spell that. 'Cause that's just more condescending.
The best way to do it, I think, if I ever want to help someone along, let's say, is to try and use the same word in the next couple messages.
Spelt
right.
Yeah.
So that then it's like, oh, okay. Because then it's not being a dick.
Yeah.
Then it's just, here's an example of the word without saying you're doing it, as long as you just use it again. That's a better way of doing it.
I didn't even do that. If I can as long as I can read the sentence, I'll move along. Like, that's literally how it is for me. If I can read the sentence, even if I acknowledge the spelling mistake and go, that's not how it's spelled, or if it autocorrects fucked them, as long as I know the word, like that they're trying to, if I know the sentence, if I can piece it together in my head, I just go, yeah, cool, move on.
Yeah, that's what I do.
That's what we're all doing. We're all just trying to fucking get to the same place. So just fucking, there's no need to pull each other up or like point at it and go like, what's that? Why have you done that? And it's like fucking autocorrect, obviously. Yeah. Unless it's funny. Like, if it's funny, obviously, then yeah, point at it. But
yeah, like when you write fucked and it comes up with ducked.
Yeah.
Okay.
Obviously, mine doesn't do that. I say it so much that it fully knows now.
I've done it so much that, but I've done it in capitals too many times. So now whenever I write fucking, it just autocorrects to all capitals.
Yeah, same.
So it just shouts every single time. And it's the only word that does it. I must have been just mad at it at some point. Like, keeps writing ducked. And I'm like, oh, for fuck's sake. And then type it all out in capitals. And it just does it every time. One of my favourites is, for autocorrect, is definitely.
Oh, man, I don't know how to spell definitely.
I always spell it wrong. And it autocorrects to defiantly.
Yep.
Which is amazing. Because my phone is defiantly or autocorrecting to definitely.
Yep. I honestly don't know how to spell definitely. Like, do not know how to spell it.
I think I do. I just don't know how to type it. Because I've just got used to typing it wrong.
DEFIN. Defin. Or is it DEFEN? Is it EN?
No, you're good. You're good so far.
IN?
Yeah.
Defin and then ET.
IT.
Oh, IT.
Yeah, ITELY, I think.
ELY. I was going to go LY.
Fuck.
I don't know how to spell it.
I'm going to have to check it.
I have no idea. It's like the first bit I get, DEFIN, but then after that, like defin, it's fine, but then after that, it's just fucking, it's just a mess of E's and L's and Y's and T's, like.
Yeah, it is a lot, isn't it?
Yeah.
Define et Lee. It's not EY, that's fucking dumb. Now I've seen it written down. DEFINITELY. That's where I wanted that E.
TELY. So it is LY, but there's an E there.
Yeah. It's like it's got finite in the middle of it. Because finite is finished, done, exactly. That is finite. Definitely.
That's fucking dumb.
And this is what we call quality content. Definitely.
We're teaching you how to spell. I don't believe anyone who says they can spell that word confidently.
No. Defiantly, I could probably get down pretty easily.
Show off. Do you know what, the other one that fucks me up? Thoroughly.
Why?
I don't know, it fucks me up.
Because of all the OUs?
Oh, yeah, the O's and the U's, and I can't remember if... I honestly don't know right now confidently if it's... Because it's TH, and then is it... Oh, I don't know if it's O or U.
Oh, it's always
is
OU,
it O?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. But there's an O and a U?
Yeah.
But isn't... No... Oh, okay. See, I'm fucked. See what I'm saying?
Every time this happens, I then just second guess everything.
I thought it was THO, and then R. So it was... Oh, is it THOU? I don't fucking know. I can't spell. Can't spell for shit.
There's no U on the first one.
Ah, yes, I was right.
THOROUGHLY.
Yeah. So I can never remember if it's... Like, at the beginning, I can never remember if it's definitely. I can never remember if it's definitely O or U. I always get like, I know it's one of them.
Yeah.
Like when you said O U, I was like, it's definitely not. It's one or the other.
I was thinking of though.
Oh, yeah. So I can never remember if it's O or U, and then obviously then there's an O and a U. But then that always makes me second guess the beginning, and then I'm like, is it O U or U? But then it's not OU, I don't think. But then I panic and then, I don't know.
And then I'm panicking. And then I just go for another word.
Yeah.
I went through it a lot.
Yeah, yeah. What's another word for thoroughly? A lot. I can't even spell that!
Thanks for checking my message, Dan. You really went through it somewhat.
I genuinely can't even spell a lot as well.
Yeah, because a lot's 2 words.
Why?
I know. They should just take the space out. Clap them together.
Every time it autocorrects and it goes a lot, and I'm like, oh, fuck off, man. That's a lot. That's different. A lot is, for me, a lot is a different word. A lot, like a lot, is like, oh, there's a lot over there. As in a lot. Oh, fuck, how do I word this right?
I know what you're saying. Like, you're saying like a lot, as in like a...
like a listing on eBay, if you had a lot of stuff. But not... It is kind of the same word now, I'm breaking it down.
Yeah.
But I see that as a different word. My brain reads that as a different word.
That's because you're using the lot as a noun rather than lot as in loads. At the same time. You're using both of them as the same word.
But the noun lot, I think, means the same thing as a lot.
Maybe they're just both nouns.
Like, you wouldn't list a car and say, this is a car lot.
No, because, yeah, you'd say this
car
lot is
But if you
car.
had 10 cars, you'd say this is a lot of cars.
It's all kinds of fucked up. No wonder no one like wants to learn English.
Fucking hell, man, it's so shit. And then Dan likes it. Fucking nerd.
I like it spoken. That's my favourite.
No, I don't like any of it. All of it is just annoying.
Most of the stuff I like, it comes with people speaking, I guess.
I like speaking. I'm not saying I don't like speaking.
As in, like, stand-up's always like a clever use of words.
Yeah, yeah. But that's what I'm saying. The way that you find fun in all that, it's panic for me. Utter panic. Like the idea of, like, public speaking doesn't bother me in the slightest.
Really?
No.
So that means at your wedding, I'm going to be more nervous than you are.
Probably. I'm worried about my wedding speech just because just things I have to get in there. You know, dead parents and such. Like, yeah. That's fun. You know what I mean? It's like, how do I make that not really depressing? And then I can't obviously skim over it. So it's like...
I don't know.
And then you got to thank everyone that you have to thank. Like, that's more what I get. Like, the idea of standing up in front of all my friends and family and saying something that doesn't bother me the slightest. Not at all.
It depends what the tone you want to go for, I think. Are you going to keep it, like, sad or try and, like, have a little joke at the end?
I don't know. Well, because for me and my family, jokey is probably totally cool.
Yeah.
Because my dad died 3 years ago, and we're a very comedy family. Like, we're very, like, heal with humour family.
Yeah.
Whereas Rasheen's family, they are all, you know, and I wouldn't say they're all healed with humour, but yeah, they do have a laugh. But also, their mum died, like, less than 6 months ago. So, like, it's not as easy to be like, hey!
Yeah, yeah.
It's not as bants, so...
It's tough as well, because everyone's going to be, or a lot of people are going to be thinking about that on the day as well.
Yeah. But the only thing is that is like, I kind of don't want to think about it, personally, but kind of is what it is, isn't it? So...
You're kind of going to have to.
Well, yeah. But, like, for me, it's like, it's our day, so I want it to be our day and not let's remember our dead parents' day. Do you know what I mean? Like... I'd rather just not address it at all, but I know that obviously for other people we have to, so...
Yeah.
Like, I genuinely rather just not address... I'd rather not address the fact my dad's not there, honestly.
That's the difference of 3 years, though, I think. I think the 3 years to more recent.
Yeah, I know. Like, this is all just obviously my perspective, but
yeah.
I'm just saying for me... But then this is the thing, is that I would rather just not address the fact my dad's not there, kind of thing. But then to not address their parents not being there is obviously... That's different for them. So it's like, I get, and then the issue is that if we mention them, it's then weird to not mention my dad. I think my mum would just be like, we're just going to talk about Rasheen's parents. Like,
that's the first thing she would think as
well.
Yeah,
and then she'd be like, and to Gary, I guess. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it would be weird if I just didn't mention my dad after mentioning their parents. But I don't think I'm going to mention their parents anyway, because I think she said her brother's going to do it. So,
right, okay.
I think, so.
Nice.
Because he's doing the...
That's good to take some off of you, because that's not a fun thing to talk about.
Yeah, I'm going to talk to him prior and just be like, have you got that covered? Like, what do you want me to do?
Because I want to do shit and dick jokes the whole time. Yeah. So...
I actually don't know what I'm going to say. I'm just going to keep it brief, because Just can't be arsed more than anything. Like, I don't mind public speaking, but my English is bad and my reading's bad. So, like, that's the bit that bothers me.
Maybe do it as a song.
Because my singing's great.
Well, if you're
and
worried
my musical
about it.
talent that I don't have.
Yeah, but give it a go.
Get Tom to do a little piano skit.
Yeah, and then you could do a little sing-song to it. Thank you, everyone, for coming today.
No, that's not happening. That's too weird. Who do you have to thank?
Bridesmaids is a groom's thing to do, isn't it? Thanks, everyone, to come in. Thanks to the bridesmaids. Don't they look lovely?
Okay.
Doesn't my wife look lovely?
What if they don't?
I think you just have to say it anyway.
What if Rasheen doesn't look lovely? Do I have to say that?
Probably, yeah.
What if she looks like trash?
In Rasheen's situation, she'd probably prefer to hear it.
What if she looks like trash wrapped in white? Like a white trash bag?
White trash in white trash.
No, I'm sure she'll look lovely.
Yeah, obviously. But I don't think that she's going to enjoy people complimenting her. I think she's similar to me. She doesn't really like it.
Well, I love compliments.
I'd much prefer someone to say I look like dog shit. That would make me smile more than saying I look good.
Turn your fucking phone off.
I'm sorry, okay?
Piece
Very
of
popular.
shit.
Moon mode activated.
I bet it was like fucking nothing, wasn't it? What was it? Was it James?
Yeah.
Was it?
Yeah.
Okay. So he's ruining the podcast now as well.
Yeah, yeah.
As well as my fucking life. Who else do I have to address in my speech?
You can say something about the best man if you want.
Yeah.
But it's mostly just like, hello everyone, thanks for coming.
That's probably all I'm going to do.
Thanks to all the groomsmen. Don't the bridesmaids look lovely? Wife,
nice.
have a nice evening.
I'm very happy.
This is the best day of my life.
Give me your fucking money.
Can't wait to open all the envelopes that you've given me.
Filled with cash.
That's what you should do. You should just stand there and while you're doing the speech, just keep opening them. And then, like, if someone gives you less money, you just be like, Aunt Susan's a tight cunt.
Go through them one by one. The sweat in the room would be insane, wouldn't it? Like, oh, look, so-and-so's giving me £200. That's a great start, isn't it? Who's next?
We got a lovely card from Kier here. What's it? Oh, it's a piece of paper that says, I owe you.
Oh, it's an envelope filled with £300. How generous. Oh, it says it's his debt paid off. It's my gift on my wedding day.
Sorry, I haven't paid cut for 2 weeks.
I open an envelope with $3,000 in, and you're like, "That's my cut." You're welcome.
I thought you would like the money for my tax bill, as you love it so much. That is coming up soon. You should have organised your wedding for just before the tax bill.
What, the January one or the July one?
The July one.
Oh, July one's a chill one. My January one's brutal.
Because you've already put it out there, haven't you? You've already done it.
I literally got it this week. I got the figures this week from my accountant.
Man, your accountant must really like you.
Yeah.
I bet he's buzzing that yours.
They have genuinely complimented me multiple times, and that gives me a little boner.
Yeah,
I
bet.
So
you love that.
like most of the time, they're like, their first line of most emails I get off them is, "Oh, you reply so fast. You do that so fast. You're so quick and efficient." Like, these are the things they say at the start because I do things really fast and efficiently. And they're always just like, "Oh, so easy, so easy." I'm just like, yes.
And you're giving them business at the time of year where no one does anything.
Yeah. I always think that as well, yeah.
Like, they must be rammed for 2 months of the year.
Yeah.
And then the rest of the time, they're just begging people to send their shit in.
Yeah. Like, December to January must be just fucking hell.
Yeah.
Because every other day they must get an email. Well, every day they must get probably 3 to 4, maybe 10 emails of people being like, "Here's my books, by the way." And they're like, "Fuck, like, we've got another 10 people to do now."
And I bet some of them come through shit as well because they're last minute anyway.
100%, yeah.
Yeah.
They'll have forgot like half the shit and they're just like, "Oh, Jesus Christ."
And then, like, April rolls around, they're like, you can do your tax return now if you want and, like, sort of sort it early, be prepared for it. And everyone's like, "Shut up. We're busy having fun."
And I'm like, April 6th, there you go. I like being that way though. I like doing this because I've just got the figures for my January tax bill and it's really bad. So I now need to pay for a wedding and then straight away I need to fucking save for my tax bill hard. But if I did that in January, I would have got those figures in January and then been like, fuck.
Cool. I got 30 days to get that. Yeah, man.
So now I know that the second my wedding's done, I have like 2 months to save a shit ton of cash to get my tax bill paid. If Adam was watching this, he'd be like, well, that's why you just saved for your tax bill all year. Shut the fuck up, Adam. I like buying shoes. I do that. I have implemented that. But I definitely break the rules all the time. Because the way he does it is he literally, he
does the 20%.
transfers all of his money. Like, say if he gets paid by PayPal, he transfers all the money from his PayPal to his bank, and then he takes the fucking tax out. So then he's like, and that's how much I've earned.
Yeah.
And I'm like, fuck that.
Whereas I take the cash into my hand and then go, that's how much I've earned. Future me can deal with that later.
Yeah.
No,
I do the same thing. I transfer the money, like, I always transfer the money at the end of the week to my account. But then, and I sometimes put like a bit in my tax account. But then there's always like something, I've got like a bill or something, or especially at the moment, like with my loft and the wedding, it's like all the money that goes into my account at the moment, it's like money comes in, I try to put a tiny bit in my tax account, I then do the week cut for the shop, and then the money that's left, it's often like, right, and then I pay that person, and then that person, and then that person, and my mortgage is due, and then it's like, I'll have like 50 quid, and I'm like, okay.
And then you go, I could put that to the tax bill, or go and get some food.
Yeah, at the moment, that's what I'm doing. I've ate out so much recently.
But it's keeping that page going lovely, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, I haven't contributed to it in fucking ages, but, you know.
Oh, you've just been eating out and then just not doing it?
I post on the story. I'm the one that mainly posts on the story. That's more, like, that's more my angle. I should also do reviews, but...
Especially if you're eating out loads.
Yeah, but I always take the photos, and then I always try to post them at the story. But sometimes things just don't need a review. You know what I mean?
That's a good motto for life. Sometimes things just don't need a review.
Yeah, you just need to say this was good.
Yeah, or this was shit. That's still a review. Saying your opinion on it is the review.
A lot of things I post on the story as well are things that are already on the page that we've already reviewed.
Yeah.
So it's just things that I go to regularly.
So just going to like the same places.
Yeah.
It'd be a bit of a shit page if it didn't have reviews on it. Just like, here is food from here. Please like and share.
I mean, loads of pages do that.
Do they?
Yeah. Loads.
I think you got to add something.
Like, loads of pages that I follow, like, that have millions of followers. They literally, it's all videos, but they just take, like, videos of the food really well, and then make it look all, it's often, like, dirty, like, fucking food porn food, you know what I mean? Like, big burgers and shit.
Watching all the cheese, like, string away and stuff in slow motion.
And then their caption will just be, this is, thingy at, as in like the address and the tags and stuff, and then underneath it'll often be a little brief description of what you're looking at. Like, this is their signature burger with added with this and this and this, garnished with this and this. It was amazing. Would recommend. Like, that's all they do. Just super quick, super snappy.
Oh right.
Yeah.
They don't seem nearly as fun.
It's not fun. It's not fun. It's just informative. But me and Dan have always said we don't want this page. Like, we want this page to be informative. We want people to, like, you know, be like, oh, I'm going to Leeds. Let's have a look through Two Fat Cunts and see what they recommend. But the main thing we want is, like, for it to just be a laugh, not serious at all. Like, it's just dumb. We want it to be dumb.
Yeah.
We don't want it to be super, like, oh, yes, and today we went here and did this. Like, even the man behind the curtain, we wanted to make it fucking dumb.
Yeah.
Because that's just how we are.
It's good, though. It's a better way for it to be. I don't really know what you're doing otherwise. You're just advertising for a restaurant for, like, nothing. Other than edit. You get to edit the video if you want. That's about it.
Well, because a lot of the difference between us and them is that a lot of these pages are trying to monetize.
Right, okay.
As if they have millions of followers, they can then, you know... A lot of them have YouTube channels. That's where a lot of them are transitioning. So they do, like, full vlogs.
Oh, right,
them
okay.
going to eat.
So these little videos are just like an advert for the YouTube.
They're an advert for the pit. They're an advert, obviously the thing is, it's almost like fucking tattoo pages. Without the restaurants, they're nothing.
Yeah.
So they are just plugging the restaurant, but then they're trying to plug themselves at the same time to then make you go and watch things, buy things, and things like that.
Yeah.
Which is what it is, fair enough, but I just think a lot of the way those pages run are just fucking boring. Like, I follow a lot of them just because I like food. But the actual page itself, I don't care about the people. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Often the people annoy me. Well, there's one that throughout this whole conversation has been running in my head, and I can't say it because obviously it'd just be fucking slagging them off.
Yeah.
But they're fucking well annoying. Their faces are just like, oh, just fuck off.
Just got like punchable faces.
Both of them have, yeah. Oh shit.
I don't think anyone knows who
Yeah,
that
yeah.
is.
There's plenty of pages with two people.
Oh, we know exactly who it is. There's only one with two
Some
people.
foodies will probably be like, he's on about them. Because the way I've just described, I've just told you that the whole time I've been thinking about this one page where I've been describing everything. So I've told you their layout. I've told you how they do things. I've told you there's two of them. Some people will get it from that because they're one of the biggest pages. They've got like, I think 4 million. I've just probably give you the right figure as well. 4 million followers, I think.
So you're not telling us, but you are giving us a good
I'm not
idea.
going to at them. There's probably a few pages that have 4 million followers run by two people that post food.
Yeah.
Probably, but I don't know.
Your page is run by two people who post food.
We don't have 4 million followers.
Not far off, though.
And we don't have punchable faces.
That's true as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Definitely Dan does.
Dan has a punchable face. Such a punchable face.
That's why he has to keep it high.
Because he's always smiling. He's always just like, hi, I'm Dan. That's what he looks like all the time.
I don't
Pull a
actually,
fucking photo up and put it next to my face when I do that because, like, I nailed that.
I don't actually think he's got a punchable face. Not like a proper punchable face.
No, not proper.
No. Because I could just punch most faces.
Well, yeah.
I'd be happy to punch most of them.
Yeah, Sam.
I don't think there's many faces I wouldn't punch.
Child. To be fair, they're some of the most punchable faces sometimes.
Yeah. Especially like a little
kid,
smug kid.
yeah. I was thinking about the snotty kid.
Yeah.
You know, the snotty kid is just like,
no.
and you're just like, oh! And they're just crying for nothing. Like, nothing.
And you know, if you walk past him, you could just like sink an elbow into him and no one would notice anything.
Because they're crying already.
Yeah. And they'd be like, oh, it was probably an accident. Even though you had gripped your other forearm to swing it into him harder. Oh, you like your nose bleeding. Now it's bloody and snotty.
Now you got a real problem.
There are definitely some very punchable faces, though. And I think they do belong to children a lot of the time.
Yeah. Who's the most punchable face? Think like just a celebrity or something.
Celebrity with a punchable face.
It's hard to take the personality out of it. Because like, straight away I'm like fucking Katie Hopkins. But
that's a personality.
Because she's a cunt, yeah. I mean, her face is pretty punchable. She has that very like... It's like just a bitch. Like, you just want to fucking... But again, I'm thinking of a personality. I'm just thinking because she's a horrible cunt. So I'm just like...
I don't really know anyone I could say off the top of my head. Because it's more of just a gut instinct when I see the picture.
Jason Manford.
Jason Manford, yeah.
Do
Maybe.
you think he's got a punchable face? Michael McIntyre?
Oh, Michael McIntyre.
Michael McIntyre. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just a...
Jason Manford, again, I'm thinking more of his... Because I've heard he's a cunt.
I've heard this too.
Yeah, I've heard from multiple people that when they met him, he's been a bit of an arsehole.
I kind of get that as well, though. It must be very annoying.
What, being a celebrity?
I think that, like, if you're getting recognised, like, several times a day, I'm sure that you can be friendly for over half of them, if not more. But sometimes it must just be annoying.
Definitely, yeah. I think, like, with celebrities, you have to give them a bit of leeway for bad days and things.
Yeah.
So I think it's harsh to be like, they were a cunt, like, they were
They're
horrible.
just people. Like, if I was running late to something and someone's like, hey, you, I'd be like, I'm fucking late, leave me alone.
Yeah.
And if that then got put in a paper or got passed around as a rumour that that's what I was like all the time.
But then do you think that if you are rich and famous, like rich being the key word, if you're rich and famous, is that not just part of your job? To be the personality, to be the person, to your fans are your money, do you know what I mean? That's your fucking...
That is true, yeah.
So is it part of your job to do that? To give that service, do you know what I mean?
I think it might be. Because if you're a public figure, that's kind of part of being a public figure,
Exactly,
isn't it?
yeah. I do kind of think that. Like, I think there's a line, obviously, and...
You can't... Your whole life, you have to run it perfectly in case you get some bad review from someone you bump into.
Yeah.
You have to run it perfectly all the time.
I don't believe in, like, like... I know that we've literally just said Jason Manford's apparently a cunt, but I don't believe in, like,
I bet 99% of the people that meet him have a good time.
Yeah,
and have no problem with him whatsoever.
Yeah.
But the room, they don't talk to each other. No one spreads that round.
That's what I was going to say. I don't believe in, like, posts online, but I met so-and-so and they were horrible. And I'm like, well, give them a break. Like, I do believe in giving someone a break. But I do think that if you are, rich is the key word I keep saying. If you're minted and it's because of your fans, because you're a public figure, because you've done whatever, X, Y, and Z, and, you're then elevated to a certain level.
Yeah.
You then kind of have to accept that you have that part of your life where people are going to, be excited to see you and they want to get photos, they want to get autographs. You have to accept that because without that, you wouldn't have that. You can't be rich.
That's true.
You can't be rich and famous in that realm without that. So you have to accept that.
Yeah.
But I do, obviously, like I said, there's leeway, there's bad days, but you hear of celebrities that are literally always horrible. And always are just like, no photos, and you're just like, come on, man.
But that's just the news that goes round, isn't it? It just spreads faster. Like, I just don't think people are going to be like, oh, I met this guy, and he was absolutely wonderful. Like, if someone said that to me, I'd be like, cool, I'm not going to tell anyone that.
No, I do.
What you? Yeah, but like,
I retain stories of like people saying that so and so was in a certain way. Not like, oh, they were wonderful, but like Adam always talks about meeting Lee Evans, and Lee Evans offered to make him a cup of tea, and it's like that's like a very level kind of thing, and humble. Do you know what I mean? And nice, actually fucking nice. Like obviously, yeah. If I've heard countless people like, oh, I met so and so and I got a photo with them and they were just really friendly. Like, I don't recall that.
Yeah.
But little details I do recall, and I'll be like, oh yes, I've heard so and so is actually fucking like a cool person.
Yeah. It's weird for Jason Manford to get that because I'd have thought most comedians would have been pretty chill with meeting people.
Yeah, because you're not that famous as well.
Yeah, I mean, it depends which comedian, but like, yeah.
No, but even like, I can't think of a comedian that would shut down anything. Except a comedy club.
Yeah. Like maybe the massive ones, like Kevin
imagine
Hart, Dave Chappelle.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Like when you get...
No, but even Dave Chappelle. I don't think Dave Chappelle would shut down most things. Kevin Hart would, but that's because Kevin Hart's not a comedian. He's a comedian personality actor now. Do you know what I mean? He's more of an actor than anything else.
Yeah, he's got a huge audience, like a super broad audience now.
Yeah.
Whereas Dave Chappelle's is like, you're either in or you're out kind of thing. And he's
a die-hard comedian. Obviously, he's done acting and stuff, but he's just... He is more of a comedian. Like, basically what I'm saying is, like, if Dave Chappelle walked on Headingley High Street, there'd be a lot of people gassed. There'd be a lot of people who are like, who's that guy?
And there'd probably more people that didn't than did.
This is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Same for Jason Manford and other... most comedians. Like, aside from like Kevin Hart, I can't think of anyone.
Joe Lycett had a bit about this, where he was saying about him going on TV for the first time. And the next day, like, he went out and he was like, oh, I've been on TV now, everyone's going to recognise me. And he said no one did. Yeah. No one gave a shit who he was. Yeah. And it's like, yeah, that's how that goes.
Yeah.
I reckon most people manage to just carry on with their life as normal.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think for most celebrities, it's like, there's a difference between being a celebrity, being known, and then being Hollywood. I think Hollywood is Hollywood's where you shut shit down.
Yeah.
Anyone who's in Hollywood cannot walk down Headingley High Street because there'll be at least 30 to 40 people following them.
It's how broad that audience is, isn't it? That's what it comes down to. How broad is the audience that consume the things that you do?
Yeah.
Because the broader it is, the more of the population are going to know who you are. I think a lot of it
as well is how big you are to, especially for things like, like being followed and shut down and shit like that. Like, if I saw Justin Bieber, I don't give a shit about his music. If I saw Justin Bieber, I would want a photo with Justin Bieber. Like, just to be like, I got a photo with Justin Bieber. Look at that shit. Like,
that would be good.
It's just cool. You're just like, oh, he's so famous. Like, and it's so weird to like be that consumer, but like, you can't. I wouldn't believe anyone who wouldn't say if they saw Justin Bieber, they wouldn't be like, that's fucking Justin Bieber.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, you would be like, there he is, right?
As much as you tell yourself all the time, these people just, they shit, they eat, they breathe the same way we do. They do everything the same, but they have the same thought process patterns. As soon as you see him, you're like, holy shit, that's a real dude.
Yeah.
That's the first thing that comes to mind. It's like, oh, it's a real person. That's an actual guy who's living his life.
But that's what I'm saying. Justin Bieber and Kevin Hart, they're at that level of celebrity that it's, I just say Hollywood because it's like, that's how high they are. They're so big that I think most people, 90% of the population would just be like, oh my God, it's them. And you have no cool about it. You kind of lose that inhibition.
Because they're that famous, you could recognise them loads easier.
Yeah,
as well. Because a lot of people you'd walk past in the high street and go, I'm sure that was
so-and-so, but I'm not.
Yeah, just like a little flicker would go, maybe it was, but you don't know enough to approach. Whereas like someone of their fame, you've seen their faces so often that you know exactly what they look like.
And also these people would have security. They'd have
a
crowd tailing them, which is also, you know, all these things add up and create more hype, and you're just like, oh my God.
That is true. It does add more hype.
Whereas like Dave Chappelle, he would have security. He would not have a crowd. We would lose our minds, obviously. If we saw Dave Chappelle, I would run after him and be like, oh my God. But like most people would just be like, who's that guy? Dave Chappelle. And you'd be like, The Chappelle Show. And they'd be like, yeah, I think I've seen that.
I've heard of it.
Yeah, and you're like, God! Well, that's what we like and what a lot of people like, obviously, you know. But I think a lot of general public would kind of not really care. Whereas Justin Bieber and, you know, Leonardo DiCaprio, Brad Pitt, fucking Billie Eilish, like people like that, people would just fucking, they go crazy.
Do you imagine like their fame and then compare that to someone like Michael Jackson? Like Michael Jackson's fame is another level to them.
Who's up there with Michael Jackson? The Rock.
Elvis Presley? Back in his time, in his day, maybe. Basically just like pedos. But Elvis was like the first guy who was making music and then did films after. Yeah. So he got like ridiculously famous. Yeah. And Michael Jackson was like a crazy level because he was globally massive. Apparently at one point he was more recognizable than the McDonald's arches.
Yeah, I remember that.
That's wild. To be more famous than something like that is insane. Like, there's no way he could do anything. Wasn't he, like, renting out supermarkets so that he could walk around them like a normal guy? Yeah. That's so fucking sad. I just want to go get some rice.
Look at me shopping.
But I don't even know what he's... Like, he's not trying to regain some normality because he never did that. He'd been famous since he was, like, 5 years old.
Well, that's probably, he's probably not trying to regain normality. He's probably trying to just have some normality.
Maybe even just try and understand how people live.
Yeah.
Because it must be hard to comprehend.
Like, when you're at that level of fame, and you have been, like, your whole life, you'll have always had chefs and, you know, PAs and things like that. Yeah. So then he'll have seen, like, people shopping and been like, oh, I wonder what that's like. But you can't do it.
It's almost novelty to him.
Yeah, because he just doesn't...
It's like
he'll have seen that as, like, you know, we could go for another Michelin star tonight, or we could just go around a shop.
I've heard of this thing called pot noodle. Yeah. Apparently it's pretty good.
And then his PA will have been like, Michael, you can't go around a supermarket. Like, well, how can I?
How can I not? I love the supermarket.
And then they'll have been like, well, we could approach them and ask if we can hire one.
Yeah, do that.
Like, that's a normal thing to do.
I'll just buy the whole franchise. I can walk around all of them like a personal shopping centre. Be crazy.
I hate your impression. It's very
I'm not even properly
very
going
menacing.
For it. That's how it should sound. I like baby's aisles. Baby aisle. That's what I meant.
Yeah, it is a weird level of celebrity to like.
I think that's the level that no one really wants.
Yeah, that's just insane. Yeah. Do you think Justin Bieber's up there? He's got to be close.
He can't be far off, but globally, it's making it the whole way around the world.
Kardashians?
Yeah.
They're probably at that level.
They're probably up there. I still don't think they're Michael Jackson level, though.
No, Kanye.
Yeah. But then, like, if you went to different parts of, like, I don't know, Asia or other continents.
They must know Kanye.
But there must be parts of the world that... I reckon there's parts of the world that don't know who Kanye is, but they know who Michael Jackson is.
Oh, damn it.
Like, you talked about it on here, like a while ago, about you being on holiday in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, it was when I was in Morocco.
Yeah, in the arse end of nowhere, and people were like, Michael Jackson died.
Yeah.
Now, how the fuck do you know?
Yeah. But there's very little power, no TVs, and they're like, Michael Jackson died.
They know who he is, and they know that he's died.
Yeah. And they know that it's topical. Like,
that it's worth bringing up.
Yeah. It was mental.
Yeah.
But who's that level? There's got to be someone else.
There's probably someone that we're obviously missing.
I'm trying to think like older, Elton John, but like, I don't think Elton John's that big in the States. I reckon most people in America, like, obviously, yeah, you can tour the States, but I reckon a lot of people in the States would be like, Elton John, who's that? And you'd be like, the guy with the glasses, and they're like, oh, yeah, that guy. Lion King, yeah.
Who's got super famous from the UK? That's more of a challenge to figure out. Like the Rolling Stones, Mick Jagger, he's fucking massive. As in, like, just fame-wise. It doesn't matter if you like him or not, but, like, fame-wise, people know who Mick Jagger is.
Yeah, they do.
Ozzy Osbourne.
Ozzy Osbourne, yeah.
Basically, musicians.
Ozzy Osbourne's probably a good one, because, like, obviously he's famous for Black Sabbath and his own solo career, but then I think the Osbournes in the early 90s was fucking huge.
I loved it.
All over. Like, that was like a global thing.
Yeah.
So, yeah, maybe Ozzy Osbourne. But he's definitely not Michael Jackson.
No. I don't think anyone is, and I don't think anyone will be either.
There's got to be someone. There's someone I'm forgetting.
I think it's over. I think the days of getting Michael Jackson famous are gone.
Nah, I disagree.
I think that with social media, you can have access to so many people that make music, films, whatever media you want to get involved in, and you've got a huge range of who you want to watch and listen to. Michael Jackson got famous in a time where people were listening to radio and had like 2 TV channels. So if you got famous in that time, you were getting shoved down people's throats whether they liked it or not.
Yeah.
Whereas now you can kind of avoid people who might be that famous.
I'm still trying to think of someone who's that level. I think The Rock's not far off, you know.
The Rock's got to be pretty close. Yeah.
Because he's very big on Instagram, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's in Hollywood. Everyone knows who The Rock is. Like, I think The Rock is someone that if you went to any corner of any country and you went, The Rock? And they'd be like, yeah. I think they would know.
Oh, I know people who would go far. Ronaldo and Messi, the footballers.
Yeah, but see, I couldn't... I could pick Ronaldo out of a lineup. I don't know what Messi looks like. No idea. Is he white?
Yeah, it's from Argentina.
Don't even know. I didn't know that.
So, kind of.
Don't know what skin colour he's got. I honestly couldn't pick him out.
Is that not a good enough description? That's plenty to go off.
So he looks like you?
He does resemble me slightly.
Look down the camera.
I'll look down it and then I'll put a picture of me next to it. I'll put my head right here for it.
Yep.
No, I just pop it.
Put it right there. Nice little comparison. Kier looks like Messi, apparently.
In that we're both humans.
I'm going to laugh at this when I watch this back, I assume. I don't know what he looks like, but I assume he does not look like you because he is a very famous football player, thus is athletic.
Are you saying I'm not athletic?
Most football players don't have beards as well, do they? I just realised that. I assume that's something to do with like the athleticism and... Not genuinely.
Yeah, I've trimmed my beard down because I'm athletic now.
Goes to the gym for like 3 weeks and he's athletic now.
4 today.
Your arms are looking bigger.
4 completed weeks.
Your arms are looking bigger.
I think they just got less fat on them. Maybe more fat on them. That's where I store my fat.
Yeah.
That'd be a good place to store it. So big arms that are just all soggy.
I've been in the gym for 5 days.
And how do you feel about that?
Shit. I'm hopefully going to go today.
It's mad that you start missing it, isn't it?
Yeah.
Missing the feeling of going. Like, it's more the feeling after because you feel good straight away.
Yeah.
And that kind of carries you through the day. I feel like I'm much more productive now. General thought processes are a lot more positive and optimistic. But yeah, mostly productive. Like, I'm not even trying to be productive, but it's just happening. Which for me is like, now I'm at the average person's level of productivity. I still procrastinate hard.
And below average positiveness.
Yeah. If anything, it's still probably on the pessimistic side of the scale. It's just more optimistic than it was. When people are like, oh, do you want to go out? And be like, how good can it be? Whereas like it used to be, that would be shit.
Yeah.
So it's gone up.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do fucking miss it.
It's mad to think of you saying that when not that long ago you were saying that I should get fatter.
Yeah.
So we should both get fatter.
I do still wish I could be fatter. Oh, is that my stomach? It is. Perfect timing. I do wish I could be fatter, but I just know it's not healthy. That's just the difference.
I don't think it's fun to move around like it either.
No. That's what it was, yeah. The main reason I started going to the gym was... Well, the main reason I started going to the gym was because I struggled to run up the stairs. No, sorry, I've just ruined my fucking story. The main reason I started going to the gym was because dieting stopped working for me. As in, like, I was just getting nowhere with it.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm going to start going to the gym to try and shift the last weight. because I couldn't run upstairs. If I run upstairs, I'll be out of breath and like, fuck.
Man, when I was at my heaviest, sometimes I could like run out of breath, tie my shoelaces up.
Yeah.
Like I'd have to take a deep breath, then go down for my shoes to do them up.
But what I've discovered is that it's not a weight thing, it is just a fitness thing. Fitness and weight is different, which I didn't really comprehend before. Genuinely didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah, because you think about someone like Action Bronson, when he was like doing stage shows and stuff, he'd run around like a madman, and he was massive.
That's because he did it every night.
Yeah.
So he had his cardio level up. Like,
So he had good fitness for a guy that size.
he can just carry the weight.
Yeah.
Literally. Like,
Not anymore, though. Fucking buff daddy now, isn't he? So
yeah, I didn't know this. I didn't know that, like, I just thought, like, obviously I've seen, like, you know, documentaries and stuff, but I thought even skinny people would just have a better chance of being more athletic. But I've just learned from going to the gym that, yeah, like, it's all stamina and things like that. It's not to do with your weight, which I just thought I didn't know. I just genuinely didn't know that was a thing.
But that's good. You didn't do a lot of sports and stuff growing up, did you? So you never really got out of breath.
Yeah, well, I did,
but not
doing sports.
just doing regular life.
Yeah, I'd run for a minute and be like, oh, God.
Just walk for a minute and do that.
Walk too fast, be out of breath.
It's not good when that's happening, is it?
Yeah. That was what was happening before I was like, I need to fucking lose weight. That's when I, like, clicked. Stairs would fuck me. Walking too fast would fuck me. The sweat. The amount of sweat. It was just ridiculous.
Are you finding you're sweating less now?
Like, in general, yeah. Like, not at the gym. I just sweat so fucking much when I work out. The second I start working out, even just like weights, I'm just like dripping.
Man, when it was baking in the other day, I was like, man, this is the only time I'm jealous of Prince Andrew. But imagine not having to sweat.
I don't think he doesn't, but yeah.
It's a real thing. It can happen. I Googled it.
Yeah, I know, yeah.
It's fucking crazy. But my customers would appreciate me not dripping on them.
Yeah.
That hasn't happened, by the way. I do usually manage to mop myself up before that happens. It's not just a waterfall off the top of my head onto a fresh towel.
You're going to throw it at someone just like... and you're just like, sit still!
It's in my mouth!
My eyes hurt!
Why does it taste like bacon grease?
Just shut up! Trying to pull some lines here.
But it can be a superpower when you work upstairs in here, not to sweat.
Yeah,
It'd be very useful.
That'd be amazing.
I always get underboobs as well, so it's just the most embarrassing way to get it.
Oh, yeah, and sometimes your t-shirt tucks.
Yeah,
and
tucks.
you stand up and you're like, oh, fuck.
Yeah.
You try to do a bit of that to dry it out quick and it does nothing.
No, it looks like you've just been lactating the whole time you've been doing it.
Yeah, I get that as well.
Good times. Should we wrap this up?
What?
Should we wrap this up?
Yeah.
Were you about to say something?
No.
Oh.
Do you want me to say happy birthday?
Did not overly.
Happy birthday, Kier. It's Kier's birthday.
It is my birthday today.
You are 34.
I am 34.
You said 33 at the beginning, you dumb fuck.
Did I?
You know how old you are? Yeah, you said you were 33 like twice.
Oh, right. That's because I haven't been born yet today.
Oh.
I'm born in the afternoon.
You didn't know that.
No, I didn't. That's bullshit. But it does still work.
It would still work, yeah.
34. Outlived Jesus. So.
Is that how old Jesus was?
Yep. Fuck you, Jesus. 33.
Nice.
Yeah. I had the same celebration when I passed the 27 club. Buzzing with that when I got 28. There's not really, I don't really want to celebrate it because there's fuck all to celebrate. I'm 34. It means nothing. Like, who gives a shit?
It's just nice, isn't it?
Yeah. Maybe I'll just go online and I'll do the same thing that every other cunt does, which is like, I made it another trip round the sun. Ooh.
You call it your level up day. That's what loads of fucking nerds do, isn't it?
Yeah, level up day. I'm not doing any of that. I wasn't even going to bring up it was my birthday. I was happy just to ride it out.
I'm going to tell everyone it's your birthday today.
Fucking Deb said to me, it's your birthday. You can do whatever you like. Anything you want. We can go out for food, go do whatever. And I was like, I don't want to do anything. She went, well, you can't do that.
That is unforgivable. You can't do that.
You can do anything you want as long as it is something. I want to just sit and like play Cuphead for a bit.
Cuphead?
Yeah.
What's that?
It's like a game on the Switch. I think they do it on other consoles too. But yeah, it's like two little cups.
Sounds so shit.
It's fucking incredible.
It sounds like a really boring thing to do on your birthday, but you know.
Man, it's amazing. You should definitely play it. It's one of the most difficult games I've ever played in my life. It's fucking ridiculous.
Wow. Okay.
But it's like a flat screen, like, you know, like a Mario style, where it's just go.
Yeah.
I don't know what they call it. The fucking nerds have got names for it, and they'd be like, they won't say RPG. I know what that is at least, but they'll say one of those acronyms. But yeah, it's like, that's right, isn't it? Acronym? Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know. Who gives a shit? So it's one of those, but it's just impossible. It's so hard. Like, we completed it, or nearly completed it, except for the last level. And we thought, rather than just being stuck on that last level for hours again, we'll start again. And every level's taken us 2 hours to complete.
Jesus.
Just because you have to keep retrying over and over. No checkpoints. You have to make it from start to finish with nothing. You do get like little health things. I've over-explained Cuphead, but it's fucking good.
So you'd rather do that than anything on your birthday?
Yeah, because I'll be playing it with someone.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah, you can play 2-player.
That's what you should have said.
Not savage.
Does Debs play Cuphead with you?
No.
Wait, that's what you should have said. You should have said, for my birthday, I want you to play Cuphead with me.
She won't play video games.
It's your fucking birthday.
She'll probably be like, nah, not that either. Pick something else.
Anal.
I'm not going to fuck you again, Kieran. I don't care if it's your birthday.
Come on.
Just keep backing into her all day.
Just have the strap on in there already. Just tie it on.
I'm doing all the work for it.
Just look like you're having a good time.
Now put yours in as well. Look in the mirror. Look in my eyes. Straight in my eyes.
It's my birthday.
I am not crying. But it is my birthday, and I'll cry if I want to. That's what I want to do. I'm going to cry for the rest of the day.
Great.
If only I knew how. Nope, nothing.
No, nothing.
No. Sweet. I'm going to go and just enjoy the rest of the day.
Well, you got work, so.
Oh, yeah, fuck.
Yeah.
Woo.
Let's go work.
Let's go work.
Yeah.
Bye!